Live from New Rochelle, New York, we are at the MAC, and it's time for some Sunday afternoon basketball. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monroe Mustangs YouTube live stream of your Monroe Mustangs facing off against the Allegany Trojans. I'm Ben Smith on the call with you fine folks today. Oh, we got a rematch as far as the final game of the Monroe University Invitational. This will be a rematch as well of the East District semifinal match of the championship tournament last March, and looking back on the history of that, the Mustangs won that contest against Allegany. They're 16-4 all-time against Allegany, and they won that one 96-59, putting on an absolute clinic in the start of what would be a drive to winning the East District Championship and going on to the JUCO National Tournament. So looking at right now at where we stand coming into this matchup for both teams, the Mustangs right now sit 2-2 on the season. They won against Quincy College to open up the season back on November 2nd, winning 86-49. And then they went on the road for 2 games down in Florida, where they lost to Pensacola State College in a close thriller, 55-57, and then lost to number 7 in the country, Northwest Florida State, at 68-62 in a close contest. And just the other day on Friday, they beat Dawson Community College 93-77. Taking a look at the box score from that contest for the Mustangs, Nasir Kirksley had led the way with 19 points in that contest, 5 assists as well, and 6 rebounds. And you had 5 members of the Monroe team put up double digits. You also had King Fang Pang put up 11 points in 22 minutes of play. And then the real story is off the bench. Nico Pena with 15 points. Nehemiah McMorris, 12 points off the bench. And Tavian Tyler with 11 points off the bench. Notably as well, Abraham Rosario with 12 rebounds on the stat line as well from that contest. And swinging over to Allegany's side of the equation, they are 2-1 right now, begin their season. At the Deals Classic, they won 92-82 over Potomac State and lost 89-83 to Niagara Community College, and then won yesterday against Dawson Community College with my good buddy Mike McGinnis on the call with you fine folks. And taking a look at the box score for that before we get started with opening ceremonies here. Allegany leading away was Darian Ponder, a dominant 34 points. Now I turn it down courtside for the opening ceremonies and starting lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monroe University Athletic Complex for the final game of the 2025 Monroe University Invitational. This afternoon's game features the visiting Allegany College of Maryland Trojans and your Monroe University Mustangs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Allegany College of Maryland Trojans. Assistant coaches are Shane Scott, John Turner, and Colin Sabatfield. The head coach is Tommy Reeves. Starting At center, a sophomore standing 6'8" from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 4, Alex Bird. And at guard, a sophomore standing 6'5" from the Bronx, number 11, Darian Ponder. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Monroe University Mustangs. The assistant coaches are Patrick Dave, Jopsy Reyes, and Hermes D'Angelo. The head coach is Jeff Brustad. Starting at guard, a sophomore standing 6 feet tall from Newark, New Jersey, the number 0, Nasir Kirksey. At the other guard, a freshman standing 6'1" from Staten Island, New York, number 11, Nico Pena. At forward, a freshman standing 6'8" from the Bronx, number 20, Abraham Rosario. At the other forward, a sophomore standing 6'5" from Paterson, New Jersey, number 23, Nick Williams. And starting at center for the Mustangs is the sophomore standing 6'9" from Queens, New York, number 13, Sheng Feng Pang. Tonight's officials are Darnell Pujo, Blake Redford, and the crew chief is Sean Morley.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your starting lineups and opening ceremonies for this contest. Ben Smith with you here on the call on the YouTube live stream as we're about to get underway with basketball action. As I mentioned before we got started with the anthem, this is a rematch of last year's East District semifinal matchup between Allegany and the Mustangs. Let's see if the Trojans get revenge or will the Mustangs still reign supreme. I was looking down the roster here, a lot of height. Quing Fang Pang stands 6'9", number 13 out there among the starters from Queens. And also on the bench we got, my goodness, Riley Dunn, sophomore from Australia, standing at 7 foot. Ref siren to get underway, and we're off. And tip-off goes in Mustang's favor. Almost said the Valiants there, ladies and gentlemen. I had to catch myself. Here comes the push from the Mustangs. Nico Pena inside to Pang. Pang pass back outside. This time to Kirkley. Kirkley evaluating his options, see where he wants to go with it, and goes back to Pang. Pang mid-range jumper doesn't go in. Fight for the rebound. It's going to go in Allegany's favor. Muscling out everybody else is number 4, Alex Bird from Silver Spring, Maryland. And outside 3 doesn't go through for Elijah Hall and rebounded easily by the Mustangs. Now the Mustangs set up for the next play. Still seeking who's going to score the first basket of the contest here. Pang outside, reverses to Kirkley. Kirkley driving the inside, fake out outside from 3. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound. Doesn't go through either for Williams. And this time he does get it on the third chance. And it's going to be first blood struck by the Mustangs at 2-0 now to start off early. Plenty of basketball left to play. Still only about a minute and a half have elapsed here in the first half. And for Allegany, we have Jalen Brown. No, not the Celtics Jalen Brown. It's the Trojans Jalen Brown. Starting off that play. An intercept on the play for the steal from Kirkley. Go for the layup, and he gets it. Beauty of a play there for Nasir Kirkley. The guard from Newark, New Jersey. Allegany still scoreless to start off. Jalen Brown calls for a play at the point. Pass outside to Elijah Hall. Hall calls for a play outside to Brown. And here's the three-point shot attempt. Doesn't go through. Peng going to get the rebound. Oh, there was an attempt on get it for a quick steal there. Was Bird and didn't go for it. And Kirkley going from 3. Oh, and nothing but net on that one for Kirkley for the Mustangs. 7-0 Mustangs to start this off. Getting a lot of deja vu from that East District semifinal that I was on the call, that was here for last time. from 3. Goes through, and that one, the response goes up and in for number 11 of Darian Ponder. So stopping after a 7-0 opening, finally the Trojans managed to score. Oh, almost lost on the ball there. Good work hanging on to it for Williams. Oh, spin move, lays it up and gets absolutely stuffed by number 15 of Christian Brown from Laurel, Maryland. Oh, and they miss on that shot. Peng gets the rebound, and for the fast break here, can't hold on to it, just barely holding on to it is Williams. Goes from 3, overshoots on the basket for the air ball, and a fast break here. Here comes Mosley, and gets the layup. Oh, excuse me, Elijah Hall. Looked at the wrong roster there. And starting off at the point, Penna. Penna, outside to Peng. And now to Williams. Williams going out to Kirky. Kirky shoots from 3, and he makes another one. Nothing but net on that one. He can't be stopped. And Mustangs now lead 10-5, stopping some of the momentum after 5 unanswered points from the Trojans. The Trojans now trying to see what they can do with it. They go over the inside, mid-range jumper. Doesn't go through for Bird. Looks like a foul called on the play. And so Christian Brown gets called for this one, the first foul of the contest, with 15:47 still to go here in the first half. And the Mustangs inbound it, start for their next play. As I mentioned too, for the Mustangs against Dawson, here's a 3-point shot. Oh my goodness, and that one goes through nicely for Nico Pena. So Pena was able to get a big one there and dropped it in. With the reverse. From the Allegany Trojans at the point, Jalen Brown. Pass outside to Hall. And now they go to Ponder. Pass inside to Christian Brown. Trying to go for the skyhook here, doesn't go through. Second chance shot doesn't either. Pass outside. They get the rebound. Drive the paint, Christian Brown. And he gets this one on the third chance. Fast break attempt there, doesn't go through. Double teaming here against Williams. And he stepped out of bounds, it looks like, on his heel. And that's going to give the Trojans an opportunity. 13-7 right now. And so far early on in this, the play has been, while there's been some decent fighting for space inside the paint to get rebounds, besides the one foul, relatively clean play early on in this one. I hope commentator's curse doesn't strike back on me on that one. As we've seen some occasions where it can turn into 80s, 90s Bulls Pistons style here at the MAC. And a kickball there. And it'll stay Trojans ball there if it went off the foot of Nick Williams, sophomore from Patterson, New Jersey. Inbounded to Alex Bird. Bird kind of getting double teamed here, and a jump ball forced by the Mustangs defense, courtesy of Kirky and Williams. And Abraham Rosario also making his presence known, the 6'8 freshman from the Bronx. Way deep outside inbound. To get it to Christian Williams outside from 3. Doesn't go through for Elijah Hall. Fight for the rebound. Here comes Peng bounding down the court himself. Gets stuffed, but the second chance shot is good from Nick Williams. Mustangs really love that fast break to bound it down the court. Inbounded, and here's the pass inside. Outside. And then inside, wide open for Christian Brown, Christian Brown able to put that up and in. 15-9 now. Outside three. And there's the direct answer immediately from Kirky. And he's throwing up. You look at him. He's running down there like an old West gunman standing there with the 6-shooters. Pow, pow. Oh, good intercept there by Pang. Gets it to Kirky. Back to Pang. Pang tries to stuff it and doesn't get through, but he does get the foul as he went for the dunk.
Number 11, Darren Ponder, that's his first, team second.
And Ponder gets called on that one for the foul. And so Qing Feng Pang will now get to shoot 2. First shot, the free throw line is good. And we had some substitutions in here for the Trojans. We had Dorrell Little come in, as well as Justin Gilmore, Landon Somerville, Darian Brooks, and Chikale Ward. So a wholesale lineup change. 3-point shot doesn't go through for Landon Somerville. Here comes the drive from Mosley. And that one will get through nicely as he was able to create a lane. Fakir Mosley did some great scoring last season, in the semifinal matchup against this team. He knows him very well. Good intercept on the shot there. That didn't go anywhere, to be picked up for the Mustangs by number 10 of Nehemiah McMorris. Jumper from 3. Gets airballed. Didn't quite have the angle he needed for Kirky. And it'll be rebounded easily by the Trojans. Trojans go back outside. Looking to get a response here. They're down 22-9 now to the Mustangs and trying to close that gap. Jump 3, airballed and doesn't go through for Dorian Brooks. Looking right now, the shooting percentage is struggling right now for Allegany. They're shooting at 30.8% field goal percentage right now, whereas the Mustangs shooting lasers at 53%. And there's a foul. And they're going to call that one against Landon Somerville, the guard from Hagerstown, Maryland. Fakir Mosley will shoot 2. Substitution here. Nico Pena will come out for the Mustangs, and number 4 of Tavian Tyler, freshman from Mount Vernon, New York, will come in, local boy. And now, Allegany looking to set up the next push here. Let's see if the Trojans can find something. There's some room on the inside. Jump just inside the 3-point line. And that goes in for number 23 of Darian Brooks. And a 30-second timeout is called by the Trojans. With 11:56 to go here in the first half, it's 22-11. Mustangs up on the Trojans, have been in control since the start of this matchup. Taking a look now through some of the stats here. From the free throw line, Allegany hasn't even gone to the free throw line yet. 3 for 4 for the Mustangs on this one. Still early, we'll see how this evolves. The big thing that's sitting for me right now, Mustangs 11 rebounds, 5 for the Trojans right now. So as far as the rebounding game inside the paint, Monroe is really making the Trojans pay for this right now. And that's one thing that if the Trojans are going to have any shot at this, they're going to have to work on. Bench points low. Besides the wholesale lineup change from the Trojans, we haven't really seen Mustangs need to go deep into their bench yet. And points off turnovers goes in favor of the Mustangs. They have 4. Trojans none. And we're back underway. Let's see what adjustments were made. Basketball, a game of momentum. Mustangs now have Jago Robinson coming in. So substitution was done there. McMorris outside. Goes back to Robinson. Robinson back to McMorris. McMorris tried to drive the inside. Oh, and a scramble for the ball here. And has an Oklahoma land rush down the court for the Trojans. Oh, and it rolls over the rim and doesn't go in for Landon Somerville. And we have a foul. And it looks like Jeff Brustad was calling for a timeout during that scramble for the ball, and nobody really noticed it. And Tavian Tyler gets called for the foul there. So it'll be at the charity stripe to shoot 2 for Dorell Little. Guard from Dover, Delaware. Nope, excuse me, only 1. From 3, airballed by Mosley. And now we'll be seeing here a response as Mustangs have gone a little cold on shooting here the last couple of plays. It gives an opening for the Trojans to close the gap if they can. Corner 3 doesn't go through for Landon Somerville. And right now the Mustangs able to kind of pick it back up. Backdoor opportunity absolutely denied on the defense when the shot was trying to be taken by McMorris. And it rolled out of bounds off his shoulder. And that goes in the Trojans' favor. But great defensive work there on the inside by Jaquel Ward, who was able to get that block. So the Trojans' defense has been able to find themselves a little bit. And at the point now, Justin Gilmore calls for a play. Pass inside, bounces, doesn't go through for Brooks. And Peng able to get up the pickup here. Outside, corner 3. And nothing but net on that one for Keir Mosley. And that just regains the momentum right back for the Mustangs. Quick play here, sky-hooked layup, and goes through for Dorell Little. A lot of height on this court right now. I stand at 5'3", so I'm a foot and some change taller than pretty much everybody standing on this court right now. Jump mid-range. And that one goes through for the 2 points for Tavian Tyler. Tyler, standing at 5'7", is probably the closest one in height to me. Jump 3, trying to go for the response. Doesn't go through for Gilmore. And we got a big collision trying to go for the ball, and it rolls out of bounds. Off of the Mustangs, number 3 of Jago Robinson. Couldn't hold on to it, so second chance here coming up for the Trojans. They're down by 13 right now, so they got to really dig deep and find something. Inbound, backdoor. Great move there down the inside to put it up, and Dorell Little able to get the basket. Now let's see what the Mustangs can do here. They switch back to their play. Tavian Tyler reverses, gets outside to Robinson, and then back to the point to Mosley. Mosley to McMorris. Mosley thought about taking a 3 and thought better of it. Tried to drive through himself, and he does, and gets the layup nicely as he's able to muscle his way to create himself a lane through the paint. That's the thing I like with these Mustangs is even when there's not a lane open, they will physically drive and bully you through to create a lane if they need to create one. It's not going to always open up for you, so you got to create it. And they're right there, mid-range, put in nicely for Justin Gilmore. And here's Tyler, sets up for the next play. Reverses. And gets it to Robinson. Robinson then goes back to the inside. And then they go top side to McMorris. Jump 3 from outside from Mosley. Doesn't go through. The rebound will be picked up by Justin Gilmore. They try to drive through. Oh, unlucky there. Second chance shot doesn't go through either for number 10 of Landon Somerville. And he gets absolutely bully balled out of there by McMorris. And that gives it right back to the Mustangs. Well past the halfway mark here in the first half. 8 minutes to go until halftime. 30-19, and that'll be a travel called against Robinson. You can tell Robinson frustrated, not agreeing with that call. And it looks like we got a substitution about to come in. 2 substitutions, excuse me. And Peng, few substitutions actually. As Peng, Robinson, and McMorris come out. And then now we have also number 2, Deuce Maxey. Correct the inside there. As well as number 20 of Abraham Rosario came back in. Jump. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound. Maxey able to grab this and gets absolutely shoulder checked by Ward. Looks like he's okay. 4 subs getting ready to come in for the Trojans. We got Elijah Hall, Jalen Brown coming back in, as well as Christian Brown. Oh, and here comes Alex Bird as well at the last second. And also number 11 of Darren Ponder. Nick Williams back in as well for the Mustangs. From 3, doesn't go through. Mosley able to get the rebound. And then to Maxey. He shoots, well overshoots, fight for the rebound. Once again, the Mustangs continue to out-rebound. Mid-range jumper, doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound, still fighting for it, and a foul. But you could see the frustration from head coach Tommy Reams for Allegany. You could tell, a coach is angry when he actually goes down and Hulk smashes the court. So that foul. Switch back over to the Trojans, 30-19 still. And Brown, pass outside to Hall, back to him. From 3, and that one goes through for Elijah Hall with nothing but net on that one. 30-22, and that brings it back down to single digits. So the Trojans are starting to find something here. Reverse to the top. Tyler almost lost out of bounds, but kept in control by Williams. Williams drives and gets this up and in. And now here come the Trojans. And right now the Trojans are still looking around, seem to find something. They look to the inside. Mid-range jumper, and that one is good for Alex Bird. Trying to keep pace and keep it to single digits and see if opportunities come up where they can close the gap. Tivian Tyler outside, and a beauty of a 3 for Deuce Maxey. That's just a cool name, Deuce Maxey. I like that name. It's got a ring to it. From 3, response, wide, and just a bit outside for number 11 of Darren Ponder. Driving, lane, and fouled. It's going to be Tavian Tyler. No shot. So the verdict is going to be called against. It's going to be 4 of Alex Bird. Excuse me, for the Trojans. Coach Brustad trying to argue he got the shot off. Inbounded, but didn't matter anyway. It's going to be shots going to be made by Abraham Rosario. And that one. Here's the setup now for the next Allegany Trojans play. Elijah Hall. Outside from 3. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound. Trying to keep it in play was Bird, and it went straight into the hands of the Mustangs. Fast break here. Oh, doesn't quite go through. Rolls along the rim. And Max able to get the rebound here to help out Nick Williams, and he's going to get fouled on that play. That's a team 6th foul of this first half. We're 1 away from Monroe being able to go into the bonus. They only have 2 fouls against them, and the first free throw there is good. And that's, I'm sure the Mustangs are paying attention to that, because that'll be a distinct advantage for them if they can go into the bonus with a huge gap in fouls to their advantage. And they'll be able to give them some leeway to play some bully ball here a little bit in these last few minutes. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Haven't had a whole lot of stoppage time, so playing is kind of flowing here right now. Outside and back inside, and Max able to intercept the trying to go opposite side pass. Fast break here, and laid up and in for Nasir Kirky. And Kirky able to get a good one there. Allegany trying to respond. Bird drives. Doesn't get the shot, but he does get the foul. And that'll be against number 20 for the Mustangs, Abraham Rosario. That'll be the team's third of this half. 4:26 to go. And Alex Bird, 6'8" from Silver Spring, Maryland, will now get to shoot 2. And nothing but net on that first free throw. Mustangs have pulled away that lead back up to by 15, so can he close it down here to 14? So we've got some players getting ready to substitute in. Looks like for Jaquel Ward from Hampton, Georgia, about to come in for the Trojans. And that second free throw, no good. Fight for the rebound. And it's going to be grabbed by Rosario. Oh, stolen away immediately. And grabbing the foul is number 14 of Darrell Little. Kind of catching the Mustangs flat-footed there. That'll be the team's fourth, and looks like commentators curse strikes again. I was talking about the foul gap being in the Mustangs' favor, and just like that, 2 quick fouls, and it's drawn down to 4 fouls now for the Mustangs. First shot is good. And we have a substitution here. Coming in for the first time for the Mustangs, Killian Tehart, sophomore from Hello, Netherlands. Got a lot of international flavor on this roster. We got Netherlands represented, Canada, Australia, and Nigeria. And jump ball here. Monroe able to get the ball. 40s to 26. 4:18 to go. Inbounded here to Tyler. And Tyler looking around at his options right now. Can go outside to Williams. Williams drives the lane, and he's able to get the layup there nicely. Solid play. 42-26. Trojans trying to find their response. They got some room inside. Mid-range jumper doesn't go through for Darian Brooks. Mustangs rebound. Drive, and then slowing things back down pretty wisely is Tyler. And Deuce Moxie on the inside, trying to find space, can't get it. Goes outside to his Dutch counterpart of Tehart, and he's able to put that up for a beauty of a layup. Doesn't matter if it's inside, outside. The shooting is going solid for the Mustangs. They're shooting 54% right now. That shot doesn't go through, just barely misses. For number 10 for the Trojans of Landon Somerville, but he does draw the foul. That'll be the Mustangs' 5th foul now. Nick Williams gets called for that with 3:22 to go in the first half. Williams' 2nd personal foul. And shooting 2 now from the charity stripe is Somerville. And he misses on that free throw. And with the way the score is going right now, the Trojans could use every charity shot they can get right now. Noose Maxey will now substitute out, and Nico Pena comes back in. And second one misses, and it'll be rebounded easily by Williams. And Williams going to Kirky at the point. Tyler at the point, calls for a play. Gets a pick. Doesn't go through. Kirky tried to go for a pick and roll, couldn't get it. Pena wasn't really fooling them. Shot doesn't go through. Rebound, fast break attempt, trying to just bound it down court quickly. Desperation shot, but it works this time for Justin Gilmore. Trojans being forced to get a little creative here. Deal with the Mustangs. It's 44-28 now. It's down to gap 16. Kirky. Out inside, mid-range jumper. Goes through for Williams. And the response is immediate. Back to 18-point gap. 2:22 to go. Pass the outside. The jumper doesn't go through for Ward. I'm trying to do a full press here. Here's a fast break. Oh, and a beauty of a dunk. Put that one on the highlight reel for Nick Williams. And the bench and the fans love that one. The Mustang fan faithful going nuts. And fast break here to the back door. And Landon Somerville able to get a basket in the back door. And Trojans go to 30. Mustangs push, mid-range, jumper. Doesn't go through for Nick Williams. And there's a foul on the inside, though. It's going to be a charge to Landon Somerville as he knocked over to Hart, as Hart was trying to go for the rebound. And so he'll get to shoot here. Tavian Tyler substitute out. Fakir Mosley comes back in. 1-1 coming up here for to Hart. 6'8" Flying Dutchman. And first free throw is good. Yeah, I like that. That's my nickname for to Hart now, given how he flies down the court and gets air. He's our Flying Dutchman. For all you SpongeBob fans watching out there, you know. And he gets that second free throw, 50-30 now. 20-point lead firmly for the Mustangs in control. Dominated both sides of the ball here. Trojans trying to find some sort of response, but they get a good one there with a nice three-point shot from Shaquille Ward. The Hampton, Georgia native able to get a beauty of a shot there. First outside to Pena. Mustangs now going back on the drive again with under 70 seconds to go. And as travel is going to be called here against Kirky. Excuse me, I've been saying Kirky. It's actually pronounced Kersey, even though the second K is throwing me off. Trojans on the drive here. Jump three, and that one goes through. So another back-to-back threes for the Trojans. That one put away by number 23 of Darren Brooks. Outside Nick Williams. Kersey to Hart. And now to Mosley. Mosley. Oh, they tried to get an intercept pass to Kersey. Couldn't quite get to go through, but jumped in the middle, and it's going to be a foul drawn by Mosley. And once again, another foul charged to number 10, Landon Somerville. That's his third foul. I'm surprised the substitution isn't happening here on the Trojan side of things to keep him from getting a fourth. With 27.6 seconds left, probably figures, might as well finish it out. And Quing Feng Pang about to come in. And the first free throw is good for Mosley. And Ching Feng Pang comes back in and replaces Nick Williams, who had a very solid outing there. Nick Williams sitting at 12 points right now on the game. Kersey has 13. Oh, no good on the second free throw. Goes to the spins around the rim and then bounces out. Trojans set up for the next push. Gilmore Trying to slow it down here. I think he's trying to go for a something with a little bit of an exclamation point. 10 seconds on the clock. Has to get a shot off here. Drives inside. Trying to get through. Denied there, and they say no shot. Jump ball with 3.4. It'll remain a Trojans ball after the jump ball force. They have to inbound quick, and foul drawn immediately from the inbound. The clock didn't even get a chance to start. It'll be 13 of Ching Feng Pang for his first foul. And shooting 2 will be now going into the bonus as well. Or 1 for 1. It'll be... See if it's 1 for 1 or two shots. I'm not sure what the call is going to be here for this one because of the nature of the foul. But looks like the refs are kind of discussing it. I'm trying to reset the clock a little bit. It'll be down to 2.6, actually. And Darren Brooks will be at the free throw line. It'll be 2 shots. Okay, that's the verdict. Both teams in the bonus now for this half. Nothing matters since it's going to be out here. First free throw is no good for Brooks. And I'm looking down here in my stats, and free throw shooting is 2 for 8. Make that 2 for 9 now. And 3 for 10 for this team. So they kind of need to work on that free throw shooting for the Trojans. Outside 3-point shot. No good. And it ends the first half. And the Mustangs lead in a dominant fashion. They've led the whole way, 51-37, over the Allegany Trojans. And with that, folks, we're going to take a break for about the next 15 minutes, and we'll be back with some stats and the second half action here for you on the Mustangs YouTube channel. I'm Ben Smith. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of Mustangs basketball between the Monroe Mustangs and the Allegany Trojans here from the MAC. Ben Smith here on the call with you. Let's take a look at some stats from that first half. Looking first at the Mustangs, we got 2 players in double digits already. Kirksey has 13 points. We have Nick Williams with 12. And then looking further down, just under that is Fakir Mosley with 9. Those are your top 3 scores. Looking over at, it's going to be a Mustangs ball to start here. On the Trojan side, no player in double digits yet. Darrell Little has 7 points. Darian Brooks with 6. And Elijah Hall with 5. Looking over here, the field goal percentage is 42% for Allegany, 54% for Monroe, 6 for 13 from 3 for Monroe, and 4 for 13 from 3 for the Trojans. And back underway here. Let's see if the Mustangs can extend their lead, or will the Trojans be able to pull back. And mid-range jumper there goes through nicely for Nico Pena. And so right back to where they started for the Mustangs on this one. Trojans look to the inside. Oh, can't go through and find the room is Bird. And a foul.
Fouls on number 20. Abraham Rosario, that's his third.
And Abraham Rosario will get his first foul of the half, his third of the game for that. And so it'll still be a Trojans ball here. Inbounded here. Had to go way outside for it to find space. Ball stolen away. And foul. As Ponder makes Pena try to pay for it. And so now both teams even at a foul apiece to start off the second half. Inbounded here, back to Pena. Pena. Outside. Tries to push through. To Quing Feng Pang. And outside to Brooks. Brooks outside. 3-point shot way outside for Kirksey. Doesn't go through, but the second chance shot does. And it'll be a layup. It's good for Rosario. 55-37. Outside 3. Doesn't go through for Darian Ponder. Big deficit that the Trojans are going to have to make up. Good pass inside, and that's going to be laid up nicely for number 23 of Nick Williams. I've been very impressed with the athleticism of Nick Williams in this contest. And that puts him up at 14 points as he surpasses Kirksey. The Trojans trying to look for the inside. They got some room inside if they go for it in the back door, I was about to say. Almost works, but it draws the foul for Alex Bird. And Quing Feng Pang gets called for the foul on that. He seemed a little beside himself for the way that played out, and it'll be Bird getting to shoot 2 for the Trojans. Let's see what the Silver Spring, Maryland native can do here. First free throw is good. And now he'll set up for the second. Second shot is also good. Draws the gap down considerably to 18 points. Mustangs trying to battle back. Shot from the 3 doesn't go through for Kirksey. Fast break attempt here. Laying it up over his head and putting this up and in is Darren Ponder. So the Trojans starting to find some life here. They're still down 16. And they've scored 5 unanswered points. Now from 21, might be more in Oklahoma. Land rush down the court, and that's going to be laid up nicely for Jalen Brown. Corner 3 from Peng, short, rebounded by Williams. Williams ducks, covers, gets fouled. Apologies, folks, for some adjustments being made on our ground level camera. And Darren Ponder will get called for another foul here. Having some discussion with the ref right now. Voices frustration. And now Nick Williams gets a chance to shoot 2. First free throw, nothing but net. Gets that one to go through beautifully. And the free throw here is good on the second one. 59-43 now. Trojans trying to search around for a response. They were trying to see if they go for 3. Couldn't. Bird find room on the inside. Gets stuffed by Peng. Trying to muscle his way through for a second chance. Can't get it to go through. And stepping out of bounds, mishandling it slightly, is going to be number 20 of Abraham Rosario. Rosario was trying his best to try and create space and keep it in bounds and see if he could get the steal out of it or the rebound, and didn't quite work out. Fresh 20 seconds on the clock for the shot. And a Trojans ball. Inbounded way outside here, stolen away by Kirksey, and he just survives the Oklahoma land rush down the court to get that beauty of a layup. That dynamic duo, Williams and Kirksey, is the nucleus of this Mustangs team early on this season. Curious to see how things continue to develop for them. Outside 3, jump airballed by Darian Ponder. And it'll go out of bounds, and Mustangs ball right back here. And there's both the inside. There's some room outside if they want to go for it to Pena, but they don't. Oh, second chance shot almost goes through for Rosario after the miss on the shot attempt, and it's going to be a Mustangs ball still on the inside. A timeout was called before a jump ball could be. Going to be a 30-second timeout for the Mustangs. And let's see what head coach Jeff Brustad cooks up here. And 30-second timeout. Looking at the spread right now, it is Mustangs leading 61-43 over the Allegany Trojans right now. Going cold on shooting, Allegany is now at 41% shooting. 52% still from Monroe. Monroe's just been absolutely stout, keeping it above that 50% mark. 6 for 16 from 3. 4 for 15 from 3 for Allegany. But looking at the free throw percentage, that tells a tale. Free throw percentage, 75% for Monroe, 45% for the Trojans. The Trojans are not executing that well on the free throws right now. And something they need to work on. And almost double the rebounds for Monroe as well. 30-16 advantage on rebounds. Pena inbounds it outside to Kirksey. Kirksey then goes to Peng. Back to Pena. Bounding outside, seeing if they can find three-point opportunities. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Mid-range jumper. And that one goes through nicely for Nick Williams. Impressively athletic. I keep saying it. But it's true. Doesn't matter where he is. 3 points inside the paint, outside the paint at mid-range. Don't matter. He can make a shot. That versatility is going to serve Mustangs well. Spin move, trying to get through. If lane closes up. And it closes up for Ponder as well, but he gets it inside to Bird, and that goes up and in. Now here come the Mustangs for their next opportunity. 15:36 to go. They seem like there's plenty of time on the clock right now, but in the immortal words of Yankees great Yogi Berra, it's getting late early, ladies and gentlemen. Peng from 3. Just wide. And the fight with the rebound is going to go right back to the Trojans after it tips out of bounds off of Rosario. And 5 timeouts left for both teams. Neither team has really used a ton of timeouts so far. We'll see how if that changes as we get into the latter stages of this second half. Trojans searching around the outside. They got some options to go to, but pass gets almost intercepted by Rosario. And holding on to it nicely is Darrell Little despite the adversity. Outside 3. Doesn't go through for Ward. And Pang gets the rebound, holding on to it, and dumps it to Pena. Fast break here to Kirksey. Runs down over his head for the skyhook and gets the layup. And Nyseer Kirksey gets a beauty. Backdoor doesn't go through. And Kirksey gets fouled. No, excuse me. Landon Somerville gets fouled here. Doesn't quite go through. Pena's going to substitute out. Fakir Mosley comes in. 2 fouls apiece. Wide open the back door. Rosario dives, jukes, can't get the basket, but he does get the foul.
That's his second team serve.
Foul be charged to Jaquel Ward, his first foul of the game so far, third of the half. And first free throw, no good. Shoot another one here, 65-47. Mustangs leading by 18 right now. Let's see what Rosario is able to do here on the second shot. And gets that one, nothing but net. Pass around outside here, Trojans searching. Seem to find opportunity. Almost losing the ball handle there is Brooks, and gets it outside to a nice layout. Oops it for a nice dunk to Jaquel Ward. 66-49. Trojans trying to close the gap any way they can. And travel called against number 1 Fakir Mosley, and that just gives the Trojans more opportunity to try and close the gap. They're down by 17 right now. Inside, mid-range. Oh, fake on the shot. Interesting. Almost went through for Brooks. This time he will take an actual shot. Doesn't go through. And Pang is able to get the rebound. Fast break here. Backdoor stuffed and fouled towards Nick Williams, who's going to get guilty of that. It'll be number 3 of Justin Gilmore.
Number 3, Justin Gilmore, that's his first.
That'll be his first foul of the contest, but the 4th of the second half for the Trojans. Williams gets to shoot 2 here. First free throw is good, and he's got another one coming up. And second one is also good for Nick Williams. Now the Trojans will see if they can respond. Their lead is back up to 19 now. Jumper just inside the three-point line. Doesn't go through. Neither does the second chance shots for Justin Gilmore and Jaquel Ward. Still keep control of it. Oh, and it's an and one for Justin Gilmore. And the foul will be called against Xavier Rosario. And one here coming up. So great hustle and opportunity here for Justin Gilmore to make a three-point swing. And the free throw is good. 68-51. kind of a half press right here for the Trojans. And bounding it down the court, mid-range, no problem for Nick Williams. 22 points for him on the day. Oh, and a great outside three taken for Darren Brooks. So another 3-point swing there. 70-54, 16-point game. 12:41 to go. Williams try to get a little fancy there, and it gets stolen away by Gilmore. Gilmore pass outside to three. Doesn't go through for Brooks. Rebounded by Pang. Pang bounding down the court. Tries to go inside and get fancy with it to the inside to Williams. Doesn't go through. Fast break here, and it goes up for the layup for Justin Gilmore. And just like that, the Allegany Trojans have some life. They've drawn the gap down to 14. It was as high as 22 at one point. And a foul towards Pang, and I think that's going to be charged to number 13 of Shaquille Ward. Yep.
On number 13, Shaquille Ward, his third, team fifth.
It'll be the fifth foul of the half for the Trojans. Inbounded from three. And that one is good, wide open, and all the time in the world to make it for Kirksey. Inside. Trying to get the fast inside pass sneak and doesn't go through for Ward, but he does draw the foul.
11-23, Nick Williams, that's his fourth.
That'll be the fourth foul for Nick Williams. He's going to have to be careful. He's one foul away from fouling out. Looks like they're going to take him out and put Nico Pena in. And first free throw is good for Ward. And he's got another one coming up. And I'm assuming based on the foul count, Williams will be out until probably the closing minutes. So it'll be a dangerous weapon out to give the Trojans a reprieve for a little bit as the second free throw doesn't go in for Ward. It's 73-57, but they're not going to be able to close the gap when you see plays like that coming from Fakir Mosley. Mosley now has 11 points. And shot taken here. Doesn't go through for Shaquille Ward. Here come the Mustangs. Searching for some room. Mid-range, jumper, goes wide. Fight for the rebound and picked up by Mosley after Kirksey couldn't get to go through. And Pena goes for the three, doesn't go. And then rebounded by Brooks. Here comes Little. Can't get through. Good defense by Pang. Ball tipped here a little bit. Kept in bounds. Fast break opportunity, can't go through. Wide open for the three. Oh, and it just barely misses. Wait a minute. Second chance shot for the rebound for Nehemiah McMorris coming out of absolutely nowhere. And you can see Kirksey was very satisfied that his teammate was able to help him out there to clean that shot up. And timeout call by the Mustangs. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll take a timeout here as well. On the broadcast, I'm Ben Smith. We'll catch you guys here in a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel broadcast of men's basketball action from the MAC between the Mustangs and the Trojans. Ben Smith on the call here with you. As we get back underway, let's see if the timeout call by the Mustangs, what adjustments they made, try and put the Trojans away, and what adjustments the Trojans made, but it worked there to get a nice backdoor opportunity for Shaquille Ward. And that'll be 8 points for him so far in this contest. So far, nobody's crossing the double digits yet in scoring for the Trojans. Mustangs leading by 18 right now. Searching around for an opportunity. Try and go up into more points. And no, what a great steal there from Shaquille Ward. Right as McMorris going for the shot. Just absolutely ripped the ball out of his hands. The Trojans searching, needing a score opportunity. Step back three. Doesn't go through for Justin Gilmore. And the rebound shot does and gets the and one for number 14 of Darrell Little. Trojans showing they're not dead just yet. And the layup allows him to go up to 9. And Fakir Mosley gets his first foul. We're at even 5 on fouls for both teams. The foul count hasn't been overly ridiculous compared to other college basketball games I've been on the call for. It's actually been relatively low number compared to others I've seen. But both teams are 2 away from putting one or the other into the bonus. Free doesn't go through for Kirksey. And it'll get rebounded here by Justin Gilmore. Gilmore inside, outside. And that one goes through from to Darian Brooks on the assist from Darrell Little. Darrell Little does have 10 points now. He's the first member of this Trojan squad to go into double digits. Here's Pang on the outside. Pang sitting at 10 rebounds. Nick Williams has 8. He's just shy of double-double territory. Couldn't quite get to go through in a foul. And Tavian Tyler has... And Shaquille Ward gets his 4th foul. And Shaquille Ward's going to come out. And will be replaced here by Darren Ponder. Tavian Tyler comes in as well to replace Fakir Mosley. Pang, step back, mid-range. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be a foul. As Justin Gilmore gets pushed down by number 10, Nehemiah McMorris. And McMorris called for that one. You can see Coach Brewstad throws his arms up at him like, what are you doing out there? That's his first foul. And now both teams are sitting at 6 apiece on the fouls. Both teams 1 away from going into the bonus. And then there's another foul. Right as I say that, commentator comment age is like fine wine right there. Now we're in the bonus.
Well, number 4, Tavian Tyler, that's his second.
And Tavian Tyler gets called for this one. Team 7th. Now we're in the bonus, and it's going to be probably a 1-for-1 here coming up for Justin Gilmore. Unless they deemed him he was taking a shot. So the 1-on-1. First free throw is good. Looked like it was kind of on the edge there, being in or out, and it rolls in. Let's see what they come up with here for if he can get the second one. And a timeout called by the Trojans. Looks like there's some scoring, something in scoring to be fixed. Oh yeah, it wasn't actually a timeout called. There's like, it looks like a scoring error to be fixed across the court. See what comes out from that. Coach Brewstad trying to wonder what the problem is. So both teams able to kind of use this as an unofficial timeout. Refs telling ball players stay off the court right now. You got Pang standing out here. Well, I guess while they clear this up, we'll take a timeout ourselves for a quick sec. Ben Smith here on the call with you. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, to the Mustangs YouTube channel for our coverage of men's basketball action between the Mustangs and the Trojans after a rather long, almost 10-minute pause for a scoring error, and second free throw is no good for Justin Gilmore, so everybody kind of got a free timeout on that. I was about to say we should have started playing the Jeopardy music there shortly based on how long that was taking, but thankfully it got cleared up. Quing Fang Pang. Outside to Pena. Pena to McMorris. And then now over to Kirksey. Kirksey trying to go through the inside. Can't get it to go through. Fight for the rebound. It's going to go in favor of the Trojans with Dora Little able to get control of it. Try to go for the backdoor quick pass. Couldn't get through. Gilmore searching around, trying to force a three. Gets it outside. And it's good for Landon Somerville. 8:09 to go here in this second half. In regulation, 77-68 right now. Morris, Kirksey, and he's going to get called for an inside foul charge. Looks like to be charged to McMorris. Refs are going to have some discussion about it. There's a lot of inside contact on the inside. Some talk going on about it. Let's take a look at the nature of it. Here come the referees to discuss it.
There's a double foul on the play.
Double foul.
Monroe is on number 10 and by McMorris' second, team's
So McMorris got a foul. Okay, I was expecting that one. But a double foul. I've never heard of a double foul. That's a first for me in my 7 years of broadcasting.
And the Trojans foul is also on number 10, Landon Somerville. That's his fourth, team 7.
And Landon Somerville gets called for one as well. So I guess it's just a throw-in because they cancel each other out. So nobody's going to get to shoot. 8 fouls now for the Mustangs and 7 for the Trojans. That's why there was confusion, because 2 fouls were called at the exact same time. And there's a foul right as Kirksey's about to go for a layup. Hearing frustration from the Trojans reacting to that one. Looks like it's going to be Ponder gets called for that one. That'll be his fourth. And the team's 8. And Kirksey gets to shoot 2 here. First free throw is good with nothing but net. And the second one is good. Back up to a 20-point lead. Actually, no, it's narrowed down a bit, excuse me. It's down to a 11-point lead. Again, he's outscored the Mustangs 31-28 in this second half so far. Trojans have gotten some good shooting put together. Mustangs went a little flat for a bit. So Trojans can smell potentially a comeback if they can hold on to the ball here. Almost lost it. It was Darian Brooks, held on to it. Mid-range jumper, and he gets this one. Ladies and gentlemen, with that basket, it's now 79-70. Control for the ball here as it gets knocked out of bounds. Trying to force a turnover. It's now down to single digits after being as high as a 22-point lead. We got ourselves a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. Slowly but surely, Allegany was able to cut down that lead. So it'll still be a Mustangs ball here after getting knocked out of bounds, trying to go for the press. from 3. Airballed and passed, and a foul as well. Foul charge to Kirksey for a stiff arm. Excuse me, no, it's going to be against, you didn't see the 1 being held up. It's actually going to be against McMorris, for his 3rd. And almost short of the double bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Christian Brown. 9 for 17 from the free throw line. The free throws is one of the things that the Trojans need to work on. First one, no good. He rebounded easily by McMorris, and he gets it to Pena. And now back to the point to Mosley. Outside from 3. Doesn't go through. Three-point shooting has gone cold. Kirksey misses that one. But then the second chance shot from mid-range from Nico Pena goes up and stops the bleeding to the Trojans and puts the Mustangs back up by 11. Inside. And travel called against Dorell Little. And that's a Mustangs ball. Little mistakes like that are what are going to be costly to the Trojans. (81-70). Pena. Outside. Getting it to Mosley. Right now the Mustangs trying to regain some of the initiative. With just over 6 minutes to go here. Pena drives the lane, almost gets it stolen away. 9 seconds on the shot clock here to Kirksey. Kirksey trying to find an opening. Mid-range jumper, and he gets it under double coverage. An excellent play for Nasir Mosley. Outside 3, airballed by Brooks. Rebounded by Little. Second chance, another 3. That one is good for Elijah Hall. And that brings it back to a 10-point game, 83-73. And timeout called here. Full timeout called by the Trojans. And with that, folks, we'll take a break for the full timeout, and we'll be right back here on Mustangs YouTube channel. I'm Ben Smith. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of men's basketball action from the MAC between the Mustangs and the Trojans here in the rematch from last season's East District semifinal matchup. These two teams seem to bring out some of the best in each other. Mustangs got a big lead early on, as high as 22 at one point, and the Trojans have drawn it down to a 10-point game. Mustangs trying to regain the initiative here. Mid-range jumper doesn't go through, but the follow-up second chance shot on the jump there goes through for Nick Williams coming back into play. May sitting at 4 fouls, but they bring him back in just in time here, as he's been one of the main shakers and movers out here. 3-point shot, no good for Elijah Hall, and Nico Pena able to get the rebound. Here comes Kirksey. Kirksey outside, going to Mosley. Mosley drives the inside and gets this one. Oh no, he's going to call for a charge. No, it's foul I thought it was going to be a charge the way the hand signal was, but no, it's actually going to be a foul against the Trojans. He got the and one. And Alex Bird is getting called for that one for his third. So one shot here after the and one for Fakir Mosley. That 13 points for him. 3 different members of this squad in double digits right now between Kirksey, Williams, and Mosley. The free throw, no good, falls short, rebounded quickly by Darrell Little. You have Darian Brooks, Darrell Little, and Justin Gilmore in double digits as well. And the layup, no good for Justin Gilmore. Press being played here. Trying to see if they can get a steal. Loose ball here. A bit picked back up by Kirksey. Tries to drive, go outside to Williams. Doesn't go through. Fast break here. All the time in the world. And that'll be laid up for Darian Brooks. 87-75. 12-point game. 4:18 to go in this contest. Kirksey passes us to the point. Mosley calls for a play. Kind of breaking the ankles there, causing Gilmore to lose his footing. Driving. Inside. And one for Fakir. From Nasir Kirksey. You see him shaking his head right now for Kirksey, being like, and he's saying to him, based on what his lip movement is, he's saying, I can't be stopped. And he's loving this one. And Kirksey gets to shoot one. Chance to go to 27 points. He's having himself a day. And the free throw is good to go to 27. And timeout called by Monroe. And we got some it'll be a 30-second timeout. Some substitutions had to be recorded here as well. We got Landon Somerville and Shaquille Ward coming back in to replace Darian Brooks and Darrell Little. On the Trojan side of things, it is now 90-75. Mustangs are starting to regain the initiative and bring the lead back up to 15. Thing I give the Mustangs a lot of credit for whenever I get the opportunity to call for them is how adaptable they are. Another substitution to note is over on the Mustang side of things. Tavian Tyler is in to replace Fakir Mosley. Gilmore outside the hall. Inside, Christian Brown, and he gets the and one. Six points for him. And Abraham Rosario gets his 5th foul. And he has fouled out of this contest. So he's going to have to be replaced. And it looks like Qing Fang Pang is going to replace him. Ching Fang Pang is going to replace him, excuse me. Forward, 6'9" forward from Queens. Shot coming up here for Christian Brown. Try and draw the lead back down to 12. Oh, miss on the free throw as it spins and bounces out of the basket. Tough break there. And Fakir Mosley gets the rebound, inbounds it here. And now we see Tavian Tyler trying to drive and gets fouled with 3:37 to go. Going to be the first foul for Elijah Hall. And firmly in the double bonus for both these teams. So now we'll be shooting 2 here from the charity stripe for Tavian Tyler, the freshman from Mount Vernon, New York. First free throw is no good. Something that's going to be of interest to me and many others, folks, with the announcement made a couple weeks ago that Monroe University is going to be going to four-year school NCAA Division II. And the second free throw is good. Is with that announcement, now transitioning from JUCO to NCAA four-year school, is how many of these guys right now who are sophomores would potentially decide to stay with the Mustangs next year as part of that transition. It's going to be a fascinating process to watch play out, and the outside three is no good for Elijah Hall. But if there's a program I've gotten to know over the last year that could make this work, and a fast break there, no, doesn't go through. It's going to be a foul as Nick Williams was trying to find the space. That's going to be called against Elijah Hall, and he'll get to shoot two. But as I was saying, it'd be good, curious to see when they do, as they transition to Division II, who's going to stay on board from this group. Or who could potentially, then they'll have their associates to the 2 years of play in JUCO if they would go elsewhere. Now shooting two here. Still, the first free throw is a miss for Williams. Second one is good. 25 points for him on the night. Passing around, outside corner three. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound. And it's still going to be a Trojans ball after it rolls off the chest of Nick Williams after the collision, trying to go for the rebound, Landon Somerville. After the three-point miss from Shaquille Ward. Hall handled the inbounding duties, goes way outside with it. Back to him, and then he's going to go for the corner three attempt, doesn't go through. And Tyler is able to get the rebound, getting double-teamed here on the press, trying to fight through. It's going to get tipped out of bounds by Darian Ponder. You can see Somerville trips and was scrambling on all fours to try to get the ball and keep it in bounds. And timeout called by Monroe with 3:04 to go, and they lead 92-77 right now. So as things go right now, the Trojans on this full timeout, they are down by 15. They need to find something, dig deep if they're going to go anywhere against the Mustangs. With 3:04 to go, the Mustangs have the clock on their side. Both of them are in the double bonus for fouls at this point, so that factor is already settled itself out. So for the Trojan side of things, they need to get steals, get stops, and then try and roll out some string of points to put themselves back into this. They had gotten it down to single digits at one point, but now Monroe has reasserted itself. They're not outscoring them much here in the second half. It's 41-40 differential. 1 point difference in scoring between them in the second half versus the 51-37 difference in the first half, which put the Trojans deep in the hole. Now we're about to get back underway. At this point for Monroe, they should expect the press from the Trojans. Pena inbounds it, gets to Williams. Williams settling for next play. Gets to Kirksey. Kirksey to Pang and into Pena. They're just trying to search around for anything they can. 5 seconds on the shot clock. From three. Doesn't go through for Tyler. Rebounded here by Shaquille Ward. Ward tried to go for a desperate quick shot. And you see his head coach Tommy Reams signaling to him, settle down, settle down. You had other options to pass to for the short passes. But out of a sense of desperation, some of the Trojans players are trying to heave-ho it for long stretch passes down the court. And that's what leads to mistakes when you go into panic mode like that. Inbounded to Pena. Press being played here and fouled by Elijah Hall. 2:34 to go. That's his third foul. Last consecutive 3 fouls for the Trojans have been from Hull, as he had some to give. I'm just trying to stop the Mustangs from finding open space, so Pena now will get to shoot 2. First free throw is good. There's one more and to use. And that one is good as well. That's now 94-77. Lead by 17 for the Mustangs as they've extended their lead. Justin Gilmore outside, 3 to Elijah Hall, and this one is good. He was way outside on that one. Here's the press being played. Down the court, trying to hold on to it. Davian Tyler just barely gets it from Kirksey. Inside, and that one goes in for Nick Williams. And that was a beauty of a play there by the Mustangs, bounding it down the court, way outside 3. No good for Darian Ponder. Trying to get the break here. Here comes Kirksey. Kirksey drives the inside. Can't get through and loses it as it gets mishandled a little bit by Nick Williams. I don't think he was expecting that fake shot to inside to him. And it kind of caught him flat-footed here, 96-80. That 3 is good for Elijah Hall, trying to wake things back up here for the Trojans. And that brings it down to a 13-point game, 96-83. And a timeout called. And for the Trojans, it'll be a full timeout. And we will take a timeout here as well on air. And we'll be right back here for the final minute 41 on Mustang's YouTube channel. I'm Ben Smith. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube live stream of men's basketball from the MAC between the Mustangs and the Trojans. Minute 41 to go. Here's the pressure being applied, trying to force a mistake. Mostly, Kirksey hangs on to this one, gets it to Williams, backdoor to Pang. Pang tried to go over his head and get it, doesn't get the shot, but he does get the foul. It's going to be called against number 10, Landon Somerville. You can see Shaquille Moore is going to get called for it. And that'll be his 5th foul. I see 4th on the stats, but the public address called 5th. Well, they're going to indicate it is his 5th, and he will come out, and Ching Feng Pang will shoot 2. First free throw is good for Ward, but as things draw down now, 97-83, we're almost on the verge of triple digits for the Mustangs. Second one doesn't go through. Trojans trying their best to keep the fight going. 3-point shot is a miss for Justin Gilmore. Fight for the rebound. Fast break here to Pena. It's an Oklahoma land rush down the court. Oh, and Pang with a big dunk coming out of nowhere and flying in. Oh, beauty of a play for the exclamation point. Outside 3. Whoa, my goodness, and one exclamation point deserves another from the big 3 from outside for Elijah Hall. 17 points for him, trying to put the Trojans on his back as he just keeps hitting the 3s to try and just keep them alive. With a minute 2 to go. Stands at 99-86 right now. That was a great dunk for Peng. There's a foul here. And Nasir Kirksey gets to shoot 2. First free throw is good, and Monroe crosses the century mark. And second free throw is good. He's at 29 points on the day. And Nasir Kirksey will substitute out probably for the final time. And Fakir Mosley will replace him. You got to give him a credit. And 29 points on the day is just an impressive performance. Elijah Hall misses on the 3. Bound down court to Williams from Pena. And outside to Tavian Tyler. 44 seconds on the clock. Barring the apocalypse, the Mustangs should walk away with this one. No, the Trojans are still trying to put up a fight outside here. And tipped away out of bounds for alpha of number 10, Landon Somerville, after the pass to Williams. And it's going to still be Mustangs ball with the final 33 seconds here to play. Pena. Outside to 3 from Tavion Tyler. Doesn't go through. Oh my goodness! What a dunk from Peng, who comes flying out of nowhere like Superman and keeps the shot alive and puts it away. I don't believe it. And the sideline is going absolutely nuts right now from that play. And that will do it, drawing down the time frame, and still starting to celebrate already, and that'll do it for the clock. 103-86. And you can see everybody just going nuts to celebrate with Peng, who had 2 great dunks. I mean, he's Superman. He flew from about the 3-point line to get to the basket to make sure to fall through on the second chance when that shot was clearly not going in. That was impressive. I love that. That was great. And you can see the celebration for Gary Tour still going on here on the court as they're heading towards the locker room. Well, folks, that concludes our main game coverage right now. And stay tuned for post-game interviews coming up. But first, I wanted to make sure to thank Natalie Sarmiento as well as Delcardo Sweeting from our athletics communications staff, as well as Francis Santos, our Assistant Athletic Director for Event and Facilities. I'm Ben Smith saying so long and good night, but keep an eye out and stay tuned for post-game interviews if you want to. We'll be back here in a bit, but that concludes main coverage for the game.